Welcome to another whiteboard session. Today we're going to talk about the 5 F's of weight gain. Obesity has become an epidemic. Right now, if you look at where we are in South Africa, 50% of our population is dieting. 35% is just come off a diet, and the other 15% is feeling guilty for not being on a diet at this point. What are the 5 F's of weight gain? What is weight gain? Weight gain simply means that, 1, there are 3 causes for us to put on weight. Number 1 is overconsumption, eating the wrong foods, which means that you are giving your body more energy or more calories than your body is burning. The second reason here is medical, where you have underactive thyroid. And the third one is simply from a bad lifestyle, where you live a very reactive life. You live a very unplanned life. You live your life by default. You don't plan your meals. You eat on the fluke. You eat on the run. You always see a diet, whatever it is that is in front of you, and you eat. It's just poor. I always say here that the proper planning prevents poor performance. So if we look at this, we've got 5 F's that are the major causes of weight gain. The first one here is family. Family causes more weight gain than genetics. Cultural differences. If you come from a family where food was used for emotional greatness, for emotional thankfulness, as a way to make you feel positive and happy, those foods become very hard for you to be able to break away from. And most foods that we are given in our times of anxiety, in our times of pain, in our times of loneliness, in our times of grief, they're always foods that will always make us overweight, because they're always foods that are very, very high in simple sugar. So how your family behaves around food and how your family is brought you up based on food, it creates a belief system. You have a belief system around you where you associate certain foods with certain feelings and certain people. My grandmother, as a way of loving me every time I met her, she used to give me a half a loaf of white bread and a can of Coke. Now, up to this point, even though I know those things are bad for me, but deep inside, they make me feel loved. They make me feel warm. They make me feel like my grandmother is still in my life. And anytime I see that, my association with them is exactly that. So I have to take cognizance of them, and I have to realize that these things are not good for me. I have to limit how I eat them, and I only use them or take them in during my nutrition holiday time. Family habits. How does your family stock your home? Are fruits and vegetables easily accessible? Is it easy to find fruit juice, Coke, than it is to find a glass of water? If you look in your fridge now at home, what is it full of? If you look in your pantry, what does it have? Those are things that you have to go, you have to make sure that you have to hack your environment. You have to make it easy for you not to have access to bad foods. You have to make it easy for you to have access to good foods for you to be healthy. How often does your family eat out? And which kind of eat out places does your family go to? Does your family create memories around a happy meal at McDonald's? Do you guys get into the car, go to McDonald's every Sunday morning after church? And that's when the family gets together and shows each other how much love they have. These are things that affect us going forward. The other thing is, how do we eat our meals? Do we eat our meals in front of the screen? Do you come from a family where everybody rushes to the kitchen, serves themselves, and rushes back into the sitting area, or you run to your room, or you come sit on the table and you're glued on your screen? Are you eating in front of your television? Are you eating in front of your laptop? Are you eating in front of your phone? Because all those things, you have to take stock of them. You have to have a checklist. So go through your house and look at it. Observe how people eat. Observe the relationship between people when they're eating. Look at what people wash the meals down with. So family is a very important part of it. Number 2 is friends. You'll never be thin if you have fat friends. There's just no way. If 3 or 4 of your friends are overweight, the 5th person is going to be you. Because how often do they keep on telling you? You tell them, you know what, I'm trying to lose weight, I'm trying to get healthy here. And they tell you, you know, just one. Just one meal today. It's only today. Just have one ice cream. I mean, you've always been trying to lose weight. Since I've known you, you're always trying to lose weight. I mean, exercise doesn't work for you. Look at your mother. Your mother is overweight. Look at all these things. Friends can either make it easy for you to achieve your goals, the people you hang out with. If you want to lose weight, if you want to get healthy, the first thing you have to check is look at the people you're hanging out with. If your friends are overweight, chances are you have to leave that group. There's nothing wrong having a WhatsApp community with your friends where you share whatever with them. But if they are in your environment, proximity matters. What they eat, you'll end up eating. It doesn't matter how fit, how strong, how mentally fortified you think you are. These people affect you. Your environment and the people around you affect you. Number 3 is fun. What is your idea of fun? Most of us take our idea of fun as doing things that are bad for us, as doing things that kill us, as doing things that are detrimental to our health. Does going out, wasting yourself, eating junk, drinking, and dancing for 2 nights straight without resting, do you equate that to fun? Because if that's how you spend your time, then chances are that you're going to end up overweight. So fun, it can be fun. Most of my friends, they come to my house on Sunday and we go for a walk, we go for a hike on Sundays, and then we come back home, I cook a healthy breakfast for them. It's still fun. If I need something else, if I need something foreign in my body for me to be happy around people, then automatically it means those people are not good for me. It means I have to alter my mental state with stimulants, with the external ingested substances for me to stand the nonsense that these people are bringing in my life. Number 4 here is foods. What kind of foods are you eating? You cannot be healthy if you're not good at cooking. And if you're not good at cooking, then you have to outsource your cooking, have more money, and hire somebody else to cook. You cannot be healthy if you're eating all your meals outside. You cannot be healthy if you don't know what you're going to eat the next meal. You cannot be healthy if you don't have your meals next to you. It only takes 1 minute, because majority of people that you see at McDonald's, majority of people that you see in these fast food joints, it's not like they don't know the foods are bad, but they're eating purely for convenience, because they have only 20 minutes lunch break between lunch and the next customer. And they need something that is fit and filling and is cheap, because they did not prepare. So you have to prepare your meals. You have to make it easy. You have to hack your health lifestyle. Prepare. I cook my meals on Wednesday afternoons and I cook my meals on Sunday afternoons. So for every 3 days, I cook in advance. My meals are packed. I have my cooler box with me, irrespective of where I go, whether I'm going to work, I'm going to a meeting. It takes me exactly 5 minutes to have access to a good meal. And that is one thing that you have to do. Remember here, proper planning prevents poor performance. If you're not planning your meals, chances are that you're going to struggle with your weight. Number 5 here is finance. It's expensive to eat healthy, and especially to eat healthy eating outside your own kitchen. It is cheaper. It is cheaper to buy a Coke. It is cheaper to buy a fruit juice than it is to buy water. It is much cheaper to buy a packet of crisps than it is to buy a fruit. It is more accessible to have a hamburger and chips than it is to have a salad and a grilled chicken. All those things, it comes down to this. And because a lot of people don't really have enough money, they do not know that you can still eat healthy on a budget. It takes planning and it takes budgeting. You need more effort if you're limited when it comes to finance. And one of the things that you need to do here is you have to understand what the different options are. For protein here, one of the cheapest protein right now that is so good for you, the only protein that man is unable to fill it up with sugar is an egg. An egg is the only protein that gives you 100% protein. It's got all the minerals in the albumin that you need. It's got all the good fats, and it's got no sugar at all. Eggs can be a very good source of protein for you. Legumes, beans. If you're buying beans in bulk, you cook beans, you soak them. Most people have problems with breaking down beans so they become all gassy. The best thing to do with that, cook it with something like a hot sauce, normally chilies and all those, but in most cases soak it overnight and pour the water, cook it in fresh water. That one will always work for you. The other thing with finance here is it's better to cook your own meals and carry your food around. It's much cheaper than buying food from restaurants. I see a lot of people out there every few minutes running to Checkers, and these are low earning people. So my question is, you keep on going to these places 5-7 days a week. It could have been easier to buy a packet of rice and buy a can or half a bag of beans, cook it and mix it with vegetables. You'll eat that for the whole week. When it comes to health, it's not about variety. Most of us always say that I get bored eating healthy. But if you look at your life, you do not eat more than 5 different types of food. Chances are you're eating eggs for breakfast or oats. Chances are you're eating chicken for lunch with vegetables or potatoes, whatever, if you are not a healthy eater. And chances are you're eating the same for dinner with things like pap, ingomazi and all that, bread, brown bread, white bread. We do not eat more than 5 different meals. It only takes planning for you to do that. But if this becomes the main things that are keeping a lot of us fat, if you look at this, write this down and check it against your own. What is the number one cause for you being in the state that you're in? If you like what we're doing here, remember to subscribe to the channel, share your comments in the comment section below, share and like, and see you the next time. God bless.